Contribution of Indian economic thinkers. The economic ideas of Thiruvalluvar are found in his immortal work Thirukkural, a book of ethics. Even though scholars differ widely over the estimation of the period of Thiruvalluvar, and it is generally believed that he belongs to the Sangam age in Tamil Nadu around 3rd century AD. Thiruvalluvar's work is marked by pragmatic idealism. A large part of Thiruvalluvar's economic ideas are found in the second part of Thirukkural, the Porutpal. It deals with wealth. Thiruvalluvar is a fundamental thinker. He believes that rains are the basic support for life. Since rain provides food, it forms the basis for stable economic life. Agriculture, which is the most fundamental economic activity, depends on rain. It is rain that both ruins and aids the ruined to rise. Thiruvalluvar has made many passing references about the factors of production: land, labor, capital, organization, time, technology, etc. He says unfailing harvest, competent body of men, group of men whose wealth knows no diminution, are components of an economy. Kural 61. Agriculture, according to Thiruvalluvar, is the most fundamental economic activity. They are the linchpin of the world, or for their prosperity revolves prosperity of other sectors of the economy. The plowman alone, he says, live as the freeman of the soil. The rest are mere slaves that follow on their toil. Coral 1032. Thiruvalluvar believes that agriculture is superior to all other occupations. Thiruvalluvar has elaborately explained public finance under the headings public revenue, financial administration, and public infrastructure. He has stated that this as creation of revenue, collection of revenue, management of revenue, and public expenditure. Thiruvalluvar has recommended a balanced budget. It is a great misfortune for a state which revenues are limited, provided the expenditure is kept within bounds. He has given certain guidelines for a budgetary policy: budget for surplus, if possible, balances the budget at other times, but never budget for a deficit. Thiruvalluvar advocates the following main items for public expenditure: defense, public works, and social services. External assistance. The Thiruvalluvar was against seeking external assistance. According to Kural number 739, countries seeking external assistance are not to be considered as countries at all. In other words, he advocated a self-sufficient economy. Poverty and begging. Thiruvalluvar considers freedom from hunger as one of the fundamental freedoms that should be enjoyed by every citizen. According to him, poverty is the root cause of all evils, which would lead to everlasting sufferings. It is to be noted that the number of people living below poverty line, begging, sleeping on the roadsides, and rag picking in India has been increasing. Thiruvalluvar has regarded wealth as only means and not an end. Acquire a great fortune by noble and honorable means. Condemned hoarding and discredit hoarding wealth as profitless richness. To his industry is real wealth, and labor is the greatest resource. Thiruvalluvar is for welfare state. In welfare, there will be no poverty, illiteracy, disease, and insecurity. The important elements of welfare state are perfect health of the people without disease, abundant wealth, growth, prosperity, and happiness, full security for the people. Gandhian economics is based on ethical foundations. In 1921, Gandhi wrote economics that hurts the moral well-being of an individual or a nation is immoral and therefore sinful. Again in 1924, he repeated the same belief. The economy is untrue which ignores or disregards moral values. Village republics to India. Gandhi India lives in villages. He was interested in developing villages as self-sufficient units. He approached the extensive means of machinery, urbanization, and industrialization. On machinery, Gandhi described machinery as great. He described that books can be written to demonstrate in its evils. It is necessary to realize that machinery is bad. Instead of welcoming machinery as a boon, we should look upon it as an evil. It would ultimately seals anti-industrialism. Gandhi considered industrialism as a curse on mankind. He thought industrialism depended entirely on a country's capacity to exploit. He advocated a decentralized economy, production at a large number of places on a small scale or production in the people's homes. Village service, according to Gandhi, ideal India was to be found in villages and not in towns or cities. So he suggested the development of self-sufficient, self-dependent villages. Gandhi realized the dignity of human labor. He believed that God created man to eat his bread by the sweat of his brow. Bread labor or body labor was the expression that Gandhi used to mean manual labor. The doctrine of trusteeship provides a means of transforming the present capitalist order of society into an egalitarian one. It gives no further quarter to capitalism. However, now India experiences both casino capitalism and crony capitalism. On the food problem, Gandhi was against any sort of food controls. Once India was big for food grain, but now India tops the world with very large production of food grains, fruits, vegetables, milk, egg meat, etc. On population, Gandhi opposed the method of population control to contraceptives. He was in favor of birth control through brahmacharya or self-control. He considered self-control as a sovereign remedy to the problem of overpopulation. Gandhiji advocated percent prohibition, 10% prohibition. He regarded the use of liquor as a disease rather than a vice. He felt that it was better for India to be poor than to have thousands of drunkards. But now many states depend on revenue from liquor sales. Jawaharlal Nehru, one of the chief builders of modern India, was the first Prime Minister of India and was there till till his death in 1964. He was a great patriot, thinker, and statesman. His view on economics and social problems are one innumerable issues. Jawaharlal Nehru was a firm believer in democracy, believed in free speech, civil liberty, adult franchise, and the rule of law and parliamentary democracy. Secularism and other signal contribution of Negro to India. In our country, there are many religions, so no domination by religious majority. Secularism means equal respect for all religions. Jawaharlal Nehru was responsible for the planning in our country. He is, to Jawaharlal Nehru, the plan was essentially an integrated approach for development. Intent in the debate on the second plan in the Lok Sabha in May 1956, Anjali spoke on the theme of planning. The essence of planning is to utilize all the sources of manpower, money, so on. Planning for Nehru was essentially linked up with industrialization and eventual self-reliance for the country's economic growth and a self-accelerating growth. Nehru carried to his basic strategy of planned development. Nehru's contribution to the advancement of science, research, technology, and industrial development cannot be forgotten. It was during this period many IITs and research institutions were established. He always insisted on scientific temper.